అందరికీ నమస్కారములు. Today is another good day for all of us, and we are starting with a very interesting, very valuable, very essential topic today, that is Bhagawad Gita from Dr. CSR Prabhu garu. This is for 3 days. Today is the first day. We have already completed Upanishads, Darshanats, and then Vimana Shastra, and we are going to have a test on Friday, a similar test as what we have done it for the homework. Now, let us start the session with Vande Mataram by Challa Chittibabu garu. Challa Chittibabu garu, please.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sufalam, Malayaj Sitalam, Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram. Subrajosna pulakitayamini Pullakusumita drumadala shobhini Suhasini Sumadhura bhashini Sukhadam varadam mataram Vande Mataram Vande Mataram.
వందే మాతరం. ధన్యవాదములండి చల్లా చిట్టిబాబు గారు. Now let us request Praveen ji to chant Prarthana, please. I think. Oh, yeah. Unmute yourself. I think you have to unmute.
Okay.
Let us do meditation for 1 minute, followed by Omkara. गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सीदसादनम् ॐ श्री महागणाधिपतये नमः। ॐ प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती दीनामवित्र्यवतु। ॐ श्री महासरस्वत्यै नमः। गुरुरेव गतिः गुरुमेव भजे गुरुनैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे। न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः मतिरस्ति गुरौ मां पाहि गुरु ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ
ధన్యవాదములండి ప్రవీణ్ గారు.
ధన్యవాదాలు.
ఉత్తమం. వెరీ గుడ్. Now let us start with the webinar. Let us request Prabhu garu to start the webinar, please.
नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या संप्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः सर्वोपप्लवरहितप्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगर्भो सोऽहमस्मि ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि. Friends, on this auspicious day of Vijayadashmi, on which day whatever you perform will lead to Vijayam. So the whole year you will have Vijayam, and the highest knowledge, jnana, leading towards moksha is available in the Bhagavad Gita. So today we will be starting our deep delving into Bhagavad Gita for 3 days. Today we will look at the introduction and maybe 1 chapter or 2 chapters if possible. And we start with the various shlokas about Bhagavad Gita before we actually take up the chapters. Maybe we should always start with chapter 12. So I will start with chapter 12 after introduction. Om Parthaya Pratipaditam भगवता नारायणे स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितं पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी. We start our session with our salutations to Bhagavad Gita itself, which is a source of rain of Amritam called Advaita. Advaita Amrita Varshini. Bhagavati. Bhagavad Gita itself is goddess. It has got 18 chapters and it was delivered for Partha. Parthaya Pratipaditam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam. By whom? By Narayana himself. Who is Krishna? Krishna is an incarnation of Narayana. Nara and Narayana, two rishis who performed tapasya at Badrinath. If you go to Badri, you will see Narayana in tapasya condition. So the same are born as Arjuna and Krishna, who are actually Vishnu's avatars, all of them. There are 24 avatars, out of which 10 are very famous. Dashavataras. Matsya, Kurma, Varahasya, Narasimhasya, Vamanaha, Ramo, Ramasya, Krishnasya, Buddha, Kalkirevacha. Kalki is yet to come. So, from the beginning of Kali Yuga, which is now running, Kali Yuga started after Mahabharata war. In order to establish Dharma during Kali Yuga, the Mahabharata war was enacted, executed by none other than Lord Krishna himself to establish Dharma through Dharmaraja Yudhishthira. That's why we are able to sit and talk all these subjects today. If that war did not take place, the situation would have been much, much more terrible. Even now it is definitely not good. It is bound to be not good because Kali has 75% adharma. But still, at least in India, we still have some possibility of having deep diving into spiritual matters with peace. Whereas in other countries, even that may not be possible. There is so much of unrest and so much of perturbation and disturbance. Rajasika, Tamasika, Gunas are showing their great power in various countries. Now, I discussed with you on the first day of the Darshanas, the Vedanta Darshana. During Darshanas, we have covered Sankhya, Yoga, Nyaya, Vaiseshika, and we have not covered Vedanta Darshana. Because on the first day itself, I explained the Vedanta Darshana has got 3 parts. They are called Prasthana Trayi. Trayi means 3. First is Upanishads, on which we had a series of lectures. We have covered important Upanishads, Ishavasya Upanishad, Mandukya Upanishad, and Taittiriya Upanishad. Second is the Brahma Sutras, which we are not covering in this 3 months course. We may cover the 3rd level, not 2nd level. Yet to be confirmed. So in the first level, we have covered simple Upanishads, basic Upanishads. And there are 10 principal Upanishads on which Adi Shankaracharya wrote detailed commentaries. Adi Shankaracharya wrote detailed commentaries on all the three Prasthanatraya texts. That is Upanishads, principal Upanishads he wrote. Though there are 108 Upanishads, he did not write commentary on 108, but he wrote only on 10. That's why they became the principal Upanishads in the Vedanta Darshana. Second, he wrote commentary on Brahma Sutras, which is very advanced polemics, or only for scholars, strictly prohibited for all others because they cannot understand anything, even if they try. Only scholars can understand something. Third is the Bhagavad Gita, which is open for all. It is an open text for both scholars as well as fools like us, balas. We are children, we are fools. So even for us, Bhagavad Gita is open. And Adi Shankaracharya wrote a wonderful commentary, which I am having with me here, this thick book. And I suggest all of you can read a good commentary of Adi Shankaracharya on Bhagavad Gita. Of course, it was in Sanskrit, but it has been interpreted in English by Ramakrishna Mission, Swamiji's, as well as Chinmaya Mission, Chinmayananda himself, as well as Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, who wrote a book called The Principal Upanishads. I think he has not written Bhagavad Gita. And Swami Yogananda has written a Bhagavad Gita commentary. Many people, there are hundreds and hundreds of commentaries to Bhagavad Gita. But Bhagavad Gita is a book which is the most popular book in the world in the domain of religion and philosophy, with a large number of commentaries. If you look at the Bible or Quran, there will not be any commentary, no commentaries, because subject matter is not so abstract or so deep. Whereas on Bhagavad Gita, a large number of commentaries exist. In India, we have Jnaneshwari, a notable, prominent commentary to Bhagavad Gita in Marathi, written by none other than Jnaneshwari himself, who took Jiva Samadhi in a place called Alandi, near Pune. Madhiki Prabhu took Jiva Samadhi at Ahmedabad, Madhikinagar. He did not write exactly commentaries, but he has written many ashtakas and shlokas on various devatas. Now, Isha Kena Katha Prashna Buddha Mandukya Tittiha Taitriya Chandogya Bhadaranyakam Dasha. Isha Kena Katha Prashna Mundaka Mandukya Taitriya Chandogya Brahadara. So Svetasvatara is dropped in this list. Last time we thought Svetasvatara was included. That's why there was a conflict between Chandogya and Prashna, but both Chandogya and Prashna are included. But Svetasvatara is not there. It is only a compilation of the Vedic mantras from Yajurveda. There is a reason possibly Adi Shankaracharya excluded from his principal 10. So, Isha Kena Katha Prashna Mundaka Mandukya Taitriya Chandogya Brahadharanya, they are original principal Upanishads. Dasha, these are the Dasha Upanishads. So, the Brahma Sutra Bhashya is also known as Vedanta Mimamsa. And this Bhagavad Gita, which is the third in the Prasthana Traye, is called Yoga Shastra. And of course, it is a dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade. And it is Brahma Vidya. Why it is called Brahma Vidya? There are two reasons, because the word Brahma has two meanings. The word Brahma means absolute reality, God, Ishvara, higher level of Ishvara, the essence of all existence, Sat, in the Satchidananda. Word Brahma also means Veda. So that is why Brahmana is a person who has jnana, knowledge of Veda. Brahmam janatiti Brahmana also is a person who has knowledge of Brahman, or a Brahman, whose window, maximum window is Paramatma whose window is Ishvara, whose window is Ishtadevata. Multiple Ishtadevatas are windows to the Ishvara, and Ishvara is a window to Parabrahman through Paramatma. So we will try to understand all these concepts through Bhagavad Gita. A lot of people have asked me in the past, even in this course, what is that book which can act as an introduction or a summary of the Upanishads? Because Upanishads are definitely not easy. They are in an archaic Sanskrit language which belongs to the Upanishadic era, which is before the Smriti and Puranic era. Shruti, Smriti, Purana, Itihasa, Dharma Shastra. These are the various categories of knowledge. Shruti is Veda, 4 Vedas, including the Vedangas. Without Vedangas, you cannot understand Veda. And Upangas, which are darshanas, give perspectives. And Smriti is the Bhagavad Gita onwards. Bhagavad Gita is a Smriti Grantha. It's a memoir. And so also Manusmriti, Yajnavalkya Smriti, and so many other Smritis. They are not part of the Veda, but they are post Veda. But they are consistent with the knowledge of the Veda to the extent of being sometimes declared as the summary of the Vedas, including the Upanishads. Upanishad is part of Veda. The last part, it's why it's called Vedanta. So the Upanishads, as being part of the Veda, they are apaurushaya, not authored by any human being. The Bhagavad Gita was delivered as a Smriti at the beginning of Kali Yuga, at the Mahabharata war. I have been there. You can also go there to Kurukshetra. There is a particular spot which has been identified as the actual spot where Bhagavad Gita was delivered. And that spot is called Jyoti Sar. There is a Sarovaram. It's called Jyoti Sarovaram. In front of the Jyoti Sarovaram, there is a tree. I think it is a peepal tree, which is supposed to be continuing ever since our time. And of course, we don't know whether it is really continuing or not, but that spot has been designated even during the British period as the Bhagavad Gita delivery point. So actually, that's where Bhagavad Gita was delivered. I went there many times. I have meditated there many times. I had many special experiences. You can also go. There are the entire Bhagavad Gita is inscribed there. There is a marble statue of Krishna and Arjuna on the chariot. This is in Kurukshetra. And of course, in same Kurukshetra, we have Brahma Sarovaram, which is a very huge lake. That's where Brahma started his creation, they say. And there also there is a Krishna Arjuna statue, very huge one, very impressive. So the Bhagavad Gita, being the summary of the Upanishads, Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogdha Gopalanandana Pardho Vatsaha Sudhir Bhokta Buddham Gita Amritam Mahat. There is one wonderful statement which means there is a cow called Upanishads, all the Upanishads, all 108 Upanishads. And there is a milkman who is milking out the milk from that cow, and that is who? Gopal Krishna, Govinda. So he is giving that milk, he is taking out the milk and giving that milk to one calf. Who is that calf? Arjuna. So what is that milk? That is Dugdham Gita Amritam. Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogdha Gopalanandana. Pardho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gita Amritam Mahat. The greatest Gita Amritam is the milk taken out from the cow called Upanishads. So the Apaurishaya Granthas like Upanishads are Swatah Praman. They are self-proven. Whatever declaration is in the Shruti, in the Veda or Upanishads, need not be proved by any other pramana. Like we have Pratyaksha, Anumana, Agama. Every statement in the Shruti is Swatah Pramana, is absolute truth, because it is Apaurushaya. Then we have the Smritis, which are interpreting the essential content of the Shruti, like Bhagavad Gita and so on. There are many Smritis, and there are books, many books which are opposing the Vedas, or which don't accept the authority of the Vedas. Like Buddhists and Jains don't accept the authority of Vedas. But they will tell the dharma, which is again same thing which is told in the Vedas and both Shruti and Smriti. It is more like trying to declare independence, because they are atheistic. And the Bhagavad Gita has been given the highest value, because Gita Sugita Kartavya Kimanyai Shastra Vistarai Ya Swayam Padmanabhasya Mukha Padma Vinishrutaha. What is the necessity of studying various other books? Kimanyai Shastra Vistarai, vast text on various Shastras. Because Gita Shastra Vidam Punyam Yav Pathet Vishnu Padamavapnoti Bhayashokat. Gita is alone Eko Shastro Devaki Pradita, Eko Mantro Devaki Pranama, Eko Devo Devaki Prayeva. So Gita itself is adequate, it's sufficient, because it is a summary of the entire Vedas and entire Upanishads. Sarvopanishado Gavo Dokha Gopal Pardho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta Duttam Gita. So, Eko Shastro Devaki Putra Gita. Imanyai Shastra Vist. Why did that importance come to Gita? Because Ya Swayam Padmanabhasya Mukha Padma Vinisrutaha. It has been delivered from the very mouth of Narayana himself, in the avatar of the Purnavatara of Shodashakalas of Sri Krishna Bhagawad. Vishnam Kamalapatraksham Punyasravana Kirtanam Vasudevam Munim Maunim Naumi Narayanam Harim Krishna Yadavendraya Jnanamudraya Yogine Nadhaya Rukminishaya Namo Vedanta Vedine. He was a great Vedanta Vedi. He is a Jnani, and he delivered his Jnana through Bhagavad Gita to all of us through the medium of Arjuna. Lokatrayopakaraya is known as a person who has helped all the three worlds. So not just Arjuna, is only a channel. Now the essential message given by Bhagavad Gita is yoga. And that yoga, he has declared, Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Aham Avyayam Vivaswan Manave Prahu Manarikshvakave Pravit Evam Parampara Praptamimam Rajarshayo Vidhusa Kale Neva Mahata Yogo Nashtaha Saevayam Mayade Adya Yoga Prokta Puratanaha. That very same yoga which I first delivered to Sun God, and he gave it to Manu, and Manu gave to Ikshvaku, and so on. But gradually, due to time, that yoga has been lost. So same thing I am telling you now again. Saevaham Ayam Maya Te Adya Yoga Proktaha. Today I am telling you the same yoga which was told by me to Sun at the time of creation, beginning of creation. That is billions of years ago. So that yoga, that's why it is called Yoga Shastra. And the first sentence of the commentary of Shankaracharya to the Bhagavad Gita is very interesting sentence. It says, Narayana paro avyakta andam avyak sambhavam andasya antasthime loka saptadvipa chameti. From Narayana comes the Brahmanda, the cosmic egg. Andam avyakta sambhavam. From the avyakta, the unmanifest came the manifest. Andasya antasthime. In this, within this Brahmanda, the cosmic egg, there are 14 lokas. Ime loka, and among them the Bhuloka. Sapta Dvipacha Medini, this earth with 7 continents or islands. So this earth is one of the 14 lokas which are part of the Brahmanda. Bhur, Bhuva, Suvaha, Mahaha, Janaha, Tapaha, Satyam. Top 7, bottom 7. Atala, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatala, Putala, Atala. So Bhagavan Srishva Idam Jagat Tasya Sthitim Chikirshuho Marichadin Agre Srishva. The Lord created this universe and created the Deva Shaktis like Marichis, Devatas to operate this loka. Prajapatin Pravritti Lakshanam Dharmam Agrahayamana Vedoktam, and he delivered the Pravritti Lakshana Dharma to Prajapati, because Prajapati is the original father of all beings. Kashyapa Prajapati, Kardama Prajapati. So out of them came all the beings, humans as well as animals, as well as insects, as well as all the 84 lakhs of species. So he gave them Pravritti Lakshana Dharma, that means proactive, extroversial dharma. What is the opposite of it? Nivritti Lakshana Dharma, which is withdrawal, and it is the introversial, aimed at liberation. But he gave Pravritti Lakshana Dharma to all of the people, Prajapati, and even to us. Tato Anyascha Sanaka Sanandanadin Utpadya Nivritti Lakshanam. He gave the Nivritti Lakshana Dharma to people like Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanat Kumar, Sanat Sujata. Nivritti Lakshana, they are not interested in procreation and maintaining of the world and all that. They want to go into the liberation mode. Dharma Jnana Vairagya Lakshanam Grahaya Masa. The Nivritti Lakshana Dharma is Dharma Jnana Vairagya. Vairagya based. Vidho hi Vedokto Dharmaha. This is a very important point. The Dharma delivered in the Vedas is 2 types. Pravritti Lakshana, Nivritti Lakshana. These 2 types, Pravritti Lakshana, Nivritti Lakshana. Jagatah Sthiti Karanam, Praninam, Sakshat, Abhyudaya Nishreyasa Heturya Sabharmo. That Dharma, which is the cause of the creation of the universe, sustenance of the universe, and it is imminent, immediately present Dharma for the purpose of progress, Abhyudaya and Nishreyasa, Hetuhu, cause of that. Sadharmaha Brahmanadjair Varnabhi Ashramabhischa, that is Varnashrama Dharma, Brahmana Kshatriya Vaishya Shudra Varnas, and Brahmacharya Grahas, Grihastha and Vanaprastha and Sannyasa Ashramas. Shreyo Arthibhi Anushthiyamanaha Dirghena Kalena Anushtatrunam Kamodbhavadhiyamana Viveka Vijnana. So that dharma, as it is protected and propitiated, pravardhamanecha, adharme, due to the yuga, Kali Yuga dharma is 75% adharma, growing, In Dwapara it was 50%. Pravardhamane cha adharme jagatah sthitim paripalaishu Adikarta Narayana Vishnu Paumanasya Brahmano. So Brahmanatvasya Lakshanardham Devakyam Vasudevam Samshena. To protect the Brahmanatva, to protect the Varnashram Dharma, he was born as Lord Krishna to Devaki. Devaki Vasudeva Devakyam Vasudeva Amshena Krishna Kila Sambhabhuva. He was born at Mathura. I had been to that spot, you can also go and see. Sambhabhuva Brahmanatvasya hi rakshanena rakshitah svar Vaidiko dharma tad adhinatvar varnasrama vedana. So he has established the dharma through the Mahabharata war. Such a Bhagavan, he is Bhagavan who is having jnana, aishwarya, shakti, bala, virya, tejobhi, sada sampannaha. He is always fully established with jnana. He is a repository of jnana, aishwarya, shakti. Aishwarya is greatness, wealth of all kinds. Shakti, power, balas, virya, tejobhi, sada sampannaha. Always complete with all these extreme positive daivi sampat. Jnana, aishwarya, shakti, bala, virya, tejobhi, sada sampannaha. That is Narayana. Trigunatmikam Vaishnavim Swam Mayam, and he has his own Maya made up of the three gunas called Prakriti or Lakshmi, having control over the Vashikritya, Ajo Avyayo Bhutanam Ishvaro, Nitya Suddha Buddha Mukta Swabhavo Api, even though he is Ishvara, he is Avyaya, he is Nitya Suddha Buddha in Vaikuntha, he has delivered himself as an avatar, Swamayaya, through his own Maya. They have all Iva, as if a human being he was born. And because of that, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, Yatra Pardho Dhanudharaha, Tatra Sri Vijayo Bhutihi, Dhruani Tirmatirmama. So wherever he exists and where Arjuna exists, that side will be the victorious side. That is how only he alone came on the Arjuna side, and with a condition that he will not fight the war. It was a world war at the most ferocious level, and the Arjuna won the war. Lokanugraham kurvan lakshate swaprayojana bhave vibhutam. Why was he born? He has no interest of anything, but for the sake of loka sangraha, Vaidikam dharmadvayam Arjunaya shoka moha dhori magnaya upadidesha. He delivered instructions to Arjuna, who was deeply engrossed in sorrow, finding himself in a sankata paristhiti, what to do. He came to fight the war, but he doesn't want to fight and kill his own kith and kin, his own teachers, his own grandfathers, his own brothers, Mathura, Shashra, Matra. So he was deeply engrossed in misery and sorrow. So through the Gita Upadesha, he has removed that sorrow and made Arjuna galvanized, fought the war and won the war. Tadidam Gita Shastram. So that much of motivational power this Gita Shastra has. Samasta Vedadha Sara Sangraha Bhutam. See what Shankaracharya is saying. Samasta Vedadha Sara Sangraha Bhutam. It is having the nature of the very essence of the entire Vedic law. Durvijnayardham. It is not easy to understand. Tad Ardhavishkaranaya, to deliver, discover its meanings. Anekair Vritapadapadaardhavakya Dhanyayavatyandudhar Anekardhatve Lokikair Krishnamanaha Upalabhya. So many interpretations existed even before Adi Shankaracharya, who was around 500 BC. He is now saying, having seen all those Atyanta Viruddha Anekardhatvena, Laukikaihi, worldly people gave multiple opposing meanings even before Shankaracharya. So, Aham, he himself declaring, I, Vivekato Ardhanirtharanardham Sankshepato Vivaranam Karishyami. I am now going to give a clarificatory explanation to the Bhagavad Gita. Tasyasya Gita Shastrasya Sankshepatāh Prayojanam. What is the purpose? What is the objective of this Gita Shastra? Param Nishreyasam, the highest moksha liberation. Sahedukasya samsarasya uparamarakṣanam, to the cessation of the samsara chakra. Satya sarva karma sanyasa purvaka atmajnana nishtharupa dharma bhavati. And that is possible to be reached by the self-realization. Atmajnana nishtharupa dharma bhavati, which will come through that dharma, which is based on the self-realization, based on the sarva karma sannyasa purvaka, from detachment from all actions. Tadheya imameva gitardham dharmam uddisya bhagavadeve noktam sahi dharma suvaryapto brahmana padavedane ityanugita. There is a book called Anugita which also says sahi dharma suvaryapto brahmana padavedane. And various quotations in the Mahabharata, Jnanam Sannyasa Lakshanam, Deva Dharmi Chanasa Dharmi Chanachevi Shubha Shubha. There are many other quotations in the Mahabharata which are referring to the jnana delivered in the Gita. Iha Vichamte Uttam Arjuna, in the Bhagavad Gita itself, he said, Sarva Dharman Parityajya. Last declaration he gave in 18th chapter, give up all duties. Mamekam Saranam Vraja, you surrender yourself to me. I shall deliver you liberation. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam saranam vraja aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami. I am going to elevate you, remove you from all your sins. Sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami. I am going to liberate you, ma shuchaha. Iti pravritti lakshano dharmo varnasramanam cha shuddhisya vihitaha. So the pravritti lakshana dharma, which is varnasrama dharma, is सदेवादिस्थान प्राप्ति हेतुरपि सन् ईश्वरार्पण बुद्ध्या अनुष्ठीयमानः सत्त्वशुद्धये भवति फलाभिसन्धिर्वर्जितः. So even when you discharge your duty through dharma, you do it without attachment to its result. That is the main message of the Bhagavad Gita. Ishwararpana buddhya. Everything given or dedicated, sacrifice to the Lord. Ishwararpana buddhya anushthiyamanaha sattva shuddhaye bhavati. It will then give you purification. Aladhisandhivarjitaha, without attachment to the result. Shuddha sattvasya cha jnana nishtha yogyata prapti dvarena jnanotpatti hetutvena cha nishresa hetutvamapi pratipajyate. So even karma will become nishresa hetu, a cause for moksha, because such karma which is done with detachment to the result, not to the action, to the result, will become the cause of your liberation. Tadha chemavardham abhisandhaya pakshati brahmanyadhaya karmani. Giving everything on to the Supreme Being, do your duty perfectly. Yogina karma kurvanti sangam chakta atma shuddhaye. Imam dviprakaram dharmam nishresa prayojanam. So even the pravritti lakshana dharma will become useful and cause the liberation. Nishresa prayojanam paramarthata pancha vasudevakhyam param brahmadhideya bhutam visheshata abhivyanjya visishta prayojana abhisandha videyam Gita Shastram. So the Gita Shastra is aimed at getting the liberation. Viprakara dharmam nishresa prayojanam. Both pravritti lakshana and nivritti lakshana are meant for nishresa, Paramartha Tattvam, the highest supreme truth, the Vasudevakhyam, Param Brahma Videya Bhutam. It is delivered and based on the Parabrahman, which is known as Vasudeva. So that is Vasanad Vasudevasya, who is residing everywhere. Visheshato Abhivyanjat, Visishtha Prayojana, Sambhadide, Sambandhadibheyat, Gita Shastram. That is the Gita Shastram. Yattad Tadadhe Vinyate, Samasta Purushartha Siddhihi, Atastad Vivarane. By understanding the meaning of Gita Shastra, you will get Samasta Purushartha Siddhihi. The four Purusharthas, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. All the four Purusharthas will be achieved through the study of Gita Shastra and the commentary given by Adi Shankaracharya. So with this introduction, we will now start the Gita Shastra. We will start with 12th chapter. That is the normally the protocol. There are 18 chapters, as you know, and the 12th chapter is Bhakti Yoga. So the 12th chapter comes immediately after 11th chapter. In the 11th chapter, he has shown the Vishwarupa. Arjuna was not willing to accept whatever advice Krishna was giving till the 10th chapter. So he asked, you tell me, you show me your original form, then only I will accept what you are. Because he was thinking he was just a human being, his friend Krishna, a relative. The moment he showed the universal form, the 11th chapter, Arjuna got flagged. He said, I'm sorry, I thought you are a human being. I played with you, I used all kinds of words, Are Ture and all that. I apologize for all that. You are not human. You are not my friend or relative, but supreme being. Tvamadidev Purusha Purana Tvamasya Vishwasya Param Nidhanam Tvam Avyaya Shashvata Dharma Gupta Sanatanastam Purushobhato. So he said, you are the original Pitasi Lokasya Characharasya Tvamasya Vishwasya Guru Gariya. So then when he realized the supreme being, Parabrahman, Narayana, Vishnu is actually the Vishwarupa manifestation. Then he started asking him, you tell me now in the 12th chapter, Evam Satata Yukta Ye Bhaktaslam Pariyupasate Ye Chapyaksharam Avyaktam Tesham Ke Yoga. All right, you are the supreme being, you are everything, everything is coming out of you, everything is going into you. So those who dedicate themselves to you on one side, and there are others who dedicate themselves to the Nirguna Parabrahman, Om. We have discussed in the Mandukya Yoga. Between the two, who is better? Who is superior? Tesham ke yoga vittama. So, between the two, who is the greatest? Knower of yoga. Yoga vittama. So the answer is given. Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Mai aveshya mano ye mam nichayukta upasate. Sradhaya parayopeta steme yuktama. Who is the most supreme yogi? Who has his mind excitedly absorbed in me. Mai aveshya mano yemam nitya yukta upasate. Non-stop is performing upasana on me. Shraddhaya paraya. With a transcendental supreme dedication. They are my best yogis. Yoga vittama. Ye tvaksharam anirdeshyam avyaktam pariya. This is first category is okay. They are the best. Second category. Ye tu aksharam anirdeshyam avyaktam pariyupaste. Those who meditate, perform upasana on the akshara, nirguna, parabrahman. Ye tu aksharam avyaktam anirdeshyam avyaktam pariyupasate. Sarvatragam, all pervading, achintyam, unthinkable, Kutastham, Achalam, Dhruvam, Sanniyam Yendriya Gravam Sarvatra Samabuddhaya, they prapnuvanti mameva. They control their senses, mind, and they perform upasana of the Nirguna Parabrahma. They also reach me only. They prapnuvanti mameva sarvabhuta hite rata. But this second path is more difficult because it is nirguna, nirakara, nirvikalpa, niranjana. क्लेशो अधिकतरक्तेषाम् अव्यक्ता आसक्तचेतसाम् अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम् देहवद्भिरवाप्यते ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्पराः अनन्येनैव योगेन मां ध्यायन्त उपासते तेषामहं समुद्धर्ता मृत्यु संसार सागरात् भवामि न चिरात् पार्थ मयि आवेशितचेतसाम्. I shall elevate, I shall pick up and lift them up from this Mrityu Samsara Sagara, the ocean of misery, ocean of death, Samsara. Whom will I liberate? Yetu, those Sarvani Karmani, all actions, they cannot be stopped. Third chapter he explained action cannot be stopped. Perform our actions. Mayi Sanyastya, you renunciate, renounce in me. Not renounce action, but renounce the phalam. Yetu sarvani karmani mai sanyasya matparaha ananyenaiva yogena, without a second, without a diversion, without a distraction, without any deviation. Ananyenaiva yogena mam dhyayanta, non-stop, continuously meditating on me, get absorbed in me. I will liberate them. ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्परा अनन्येनैव योगेन मां ध्यायन्त उपासते तेषामहं समुद्धर्त मृत्यु संसार सागरात् भवामि न चिरात् पार्थ. मयि आवेशित चेतसाम्, those who are excited in आवेश in me. मय्येव मनाधत्स्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः. Fix your mind in me, fix your intellect in me. Mayeva manadhatsva maya buddhim niveshaya nivasishyasi mayeva. Then you will reside in me. Nivas hoga aapka. Nivasishyasi mayeva ata urdhvam, which is very high, asamshaya. So, mayeva manadhatsva, fix your mind in me, maya buddhim niveshaya, fix your intellect in me. Then you will live in me. Nivasishyasi mayeva ata urdhvam, very high level, no doubt. So he gave a solution how to get liberated, how to live in him, how to reside in him. Then, of course, immediately the question arises: is it possible to be like that? People like Mirabai or people like Janishwar or people like Karam or people like so many other Mahabhaktas, Paramabhaktas, they live like Prahlada and so on. They actually live like that. So it is possible. Well, it is possible to them. Is it possible to me? Or is it possible to us? That question arises. So immediately he gave an alternative solution. He knows that it may not be possible for everyone. Atha chittam samadhatum na shaknoshi mai sthiram. If you are not able to fix your mind fixedly in me, samadhi, abhyasa yogena tato mam ichha. Practice. Abhyasa yoga. Practice meditation, practice japam, practice chanting, practice bhajan, practice kirtan. Mam ichha. Abhyasepyasam. Then of course some of our friends will say, no, I cannot practice also. अभ्यासे पे असमर्थोसी, हम असमर्थ है, हम अभ्यास नहीं कर सकते, अभ्यासे पे असमर्थोसी. देन क्या करना है? मत कर्म परमो भवा. जो कुछ भी आप करते हो मेरे लिए करो. मत कर्म परमो भवा मदर्थम अपि कर्माणि कुर्वन् सिद्धिमो वाप्स्यसि. जो कुछ भी आप काम करते हो उसको कृष्णार्पणम इस दृष्टि से आप कीजिए. So supposing you say, no, I am such an idiot, I don't even believe in God. Adhaitadapyasaktosi kartumat yogamashritah. If you cannot do that also, he gave a fourth option for such duds who don't even have faith. in the Lord. So for them, sarva karma phalatyagam tata kuruyata. You give up the result of all your actions. Just give up the result of all your actions. The four options he gave. Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasat. Among these four, jnana is higher than abhyasa. Jnana dhyanam visishyate. Even deep meditation, samadhi is superior to jnana also. Jnana is only conceptual, but experiential is meditation, samadhi. So even in the Bhakti Vedanta, all the bhaktas like Bhakti Vedanta, Prabhupada, he has propagated the Krishna Chaitanya Marga, the Avesha, the Avesha, absorption into the thought. So that is possible. Jnanam visishyate. Jnanat karma phala tyaga. Once you have that, you will give up the attachment to the results of that. You cannot give up actions because you cannot stop eating, you cannot stop breathing, you cannot stop any action. All actions, all work. Doing all that, you get detached from the attachment to the result only. Result you hand over to the Lord. Tyagat Shanti. If you do that, Tyaga, you will get peace. Tyagat Shanti Ananda. Dveshtha. So this is the instruction he delivered in the 12th chapter. The Bhakti Yoga, process of Bhakti. You understood, in fact, the maximum number of people in this world follow Bhakti Yoga. So the more difficult are Raja Yoga and Jnana Yoga. Bhakti Yoga and Karma Yoga are integrated because you have to give up the reason. Karma Yoga is for those who don't even believe in the existence of Ishvara. So, atheists and so on. But even for all others, all theists, the Bhakti Yoga is the way forward. Now, how do you live? What is the dharma you should follow? He has given now another 14 shlokas instruction. Adveshtha sarvabhutana. Don't hate anybody. Even not only humans, even animals. Manik Prabhu was objecting when his childhood friends were beating up, killing snakes and lizards, snakes and scorpions. You should not touch anyone. Let them live their lives. Adveshtha sarvabhutanam. Maitraha, have friendship and karuna, compassion. Let alone cruel animals. We have no friendship and compassion even with our own family members. We are always on the war mode also. With family members, with colleagues, with neighbors. Our neighbors are our enemies. Usually always neighbors are enemies. Pakistan is a neighbor of India, it's enemy. Iran is a neighbor of Iraq, it's enemy. So this way, we have neighbors who turn into enemies. So what he's telling is, don't hate anybody. Adveshtha sarvabhutaram, maitraha, friendship, karuna, compassion, nirmamaha, nirahankara, no ahankara, egoism, no mamakara, attachment, sama dukkha, sukha, have equanimity to pleasure and pain. Be contented. Santushtaha satatam yogi. Yatatma dridhanishchayaha. Self-controlled, strong determination. Mayarpita manobuddhi. Having dedicated yourself to me. Mame vaikshashasa. Bhakta yomaya bhakta samev. Such devotee bhakta is my most dear. Yasmanno dvijate loko lokanno dvijate chayaha. He who will not create any excitation to the world outside, and he who will not be excited by the world. Yasman no dvijate loko, lokan no dvijate cheha. Harshamarsh bhayodvegair muktaha. Who is free from excitement, fear, and even depression. Anapekshaha, shuchihi. He is not having any desires. He is pure. Daksha, he is attentive and capable and competent. Udasino Gatavyataha, has given up all miseries, being neutral to what all happens. Sarvarambha Parityagi, Yome Bhakta Samet Priyaha, Yo na Hrishyati na Dveshti na Shochati na Kankshati, who will not desire anything, who will not hate anything. Shubha Parityagi, Yome Bhakta Samet Priyaha. Samashatrau cha mitre cha, you will treat your enemies and friends with equanimity. Tatha manapamanayu, he will be equanimous to praise and criticism, respect and disrespect. Sitoshna sukhadukkeshu samasanga vivachita. He is equanimous to heat and cold, pleasure and pain, because he is not attached. He is neutral. He is like a Himalayan rock. Tulya nindastutir mauni, he will be equanimous to condemnations or praise. Santushto yena kenachit, always satisfied, content with whatever comes. Aniketaha sthiramatihi, strong state of equilibrium of mind. Bhaktiman. So such a bhakta, he is my beloved. I like him. Thanks. Ye tu dharma amruta vidam. Those who follow this dharma, yadhoktam paripasate, tadhadana tatparama, ye ativa me, ama bhakta. Those bhaktas who follow this dharma are the beloved to me. This is the 12th chapter. Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita su Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyaya Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvad Bhakti Yoga Vacho. Om Tats. Now we'll open up for question answer session. Feel free to ask me any question on today's.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir. Now, anybody wants to ask any question, open. The platform is open. You're all unmuted. If you raise the hands, then we'll go one by one. Otherwise, you can ask. I think today is the festival, so everybody is busy on that.
So just one question. If you said
Yes.
that of the 18 chapters, 12th is the first one to read, are there any other chronology, or we can after the 12th start reading the other chapters?
Yeah, actually, 15th is also equally important. So we will be doing 15th chapter. How much time we have today? Do you have time for one more chapter? I don't think we have. Tomorrow we'll do.
We have half an hour.
Okay. So it will be very tough. We'll do 15th tomorrow. So after 12th, you can do 15th, and then you can do other chapters random. Because the beginning should not be first chapter. That is the logic, because it is a reason. There is a reason for it. So 12th and 15th are the first. Before, yes, some more question. Veda.
Namaste, sir. Sir, I have a question in the 11th chapter when you were talking about Vishwarupa Darshana. Did even Sanjaya, who was narrating the incident to Dhritarashtra, also have the vision of how God was, or was it only Arjuna?
No, same.
Or anybody
Everything
else?
Sanjaya, there were two others other than Arjuna who saw that. One is Sanjaya, other is Vyasa himself. Vyasa gave that power to Sanjaya. See, now in our Zoom meeting, everybody can see. Of course, only if you are unmuted or open. In the same way, they had some kind of technology. Only Vyasa had that power. he wanted to give that power to Dhritarashtra. But Dhritarashtra said, I cannot withstand it. I'll give it to Sanjaya, who is my PA. Sometimes PAs are more powerful than the boss himself. So Sanjaya was given that power, and Dhritarashtra became audience to his PA. So both Sanjaya and Vyasa saw it. That's why Vyasa could record. He has recorded. The whole Bhagavad Gita is recorded by Vyasa. Of course, whole Mahabharata is written by Vyasa. So, but he actually saw Vishwarupa and the dialogue. So he recorded it. And Arjuna, of course, saw, and no other person saw it. Please note this. In the battlefield, there were thousands and thousands of people, lakhs of people. Nobody saw it.
Okay. I have one
Power
more
is
question.
there.
Why was Arjuna given the path of Karma Yoga, but why not Jnana Yoga or Bhakti Yoga? Why was he told to just do practice karma?
So, you mean to say in the first?
As we know, we have Uddhava Gita, Hamsa Gita, and the rest of the other Gitas. This was advised to Arjuna on the path of Karma Yoga, whereas Uddhava was given Jnana Yoga. So
Okay, I
that
got your
way,
point.
yeah.
That's not, your first statement is not true. In the Bhagavad Gita, we have 18 yogas. So, Jnana Yoga is also there. 4th chapter, Jnana Yoga is delivered. And in 6th chapter, Raja Yoga is delivered. And in 3rd chapter, Karma Yoga is delivered. In 12th chapter, Bhakti Yoga is delivered. Your assumption that only Karma Yoga was delivered to Arjuna by the Lord Krishna is not true. All the yogas were delivered. And his turning point came when the Vishwarupa Sandarshana was shown. Otherwise, he was not willing.
Correct. No, sir. Bhagavad Gita gives us all the yogas, but Arjuna was advised only to follow Karma Yoga. That is what was.
How will you become a karma yogi if you don't have any jnana? It's not possible.
Okay.
If you are a fool, if you are a murkha, if you are a fool, you have no jnana, supreme jnana, you can never perform karma yoga. Then so why should I, the first question that arises is, why should I be detached to the result? So only when you have jnana, you will be able to reach that level. So Arjuna was definitely a karmishti because he is in the war. He has to deliver his duty. But he was also delivered jnana. The whole jnana yoga chapter is that, and even now at the end also he says idam jnanam, and even in the Rajavidya Rajaguhya chapter, idam jnanam upasritya, even so yoga and jnana both together. So it is not correct to assume that it's only karma yoga, watertight compartment. It's not possible. As Vivekananda rightly put, we have to follow for ourselves. We have to follow karma, jnana, bhakti, raja, yogas either in combination or in pairs as you find it convenient, but they're all interconnected. Why did Rama just go to forest casually when he was told to go? Lakshmana did not want to go. Tell me the answer. So Rama was a jnani. He was already liberated. Why did Hanuman choose Rama as his guru? Hanuman is much more powerful. He has Ashasiddhis. Rama didn't have any Ashasiddhis. Because Rama was a liberated jnani. The Yoga Vasishta conversation, Vasishta made sure that Rama got jnana and Rama was already liberated. So after that stage of jnanihood, he was asked to go away to forest. He simply walked out. He didn't bother. If without that jnana, he cannot do that. So even in the case of Arjuna, without any jnana, he cannot act as a karma yogi.
Astu, sir. Dhanyavada.
Next.
Anybody else? Pantal Garu.
Yes, sir. Namaskaram, sir.
Yes.
Sir, during this,
Go ahead.
sorry, during this Mahabharata war, is the Bhagavad Gita only Upadeshan given by Lord Krishna or any other Upadeshas, sir?
No, Anugita is also, Anugita is later in Mahabharata, not during the war. In the total Mahabharata, there is Anugita also. But during the war, they see what has happened, they went to fight the war. By the way, do you all know why Kurukshetra was chosen by Dhritarashtra for the war? Can anybody answer? Why not go to some other place like Panipat or any other place?
Might be the widest.
Because Dhritarashtra had a feeling or a hope that the Kurukshetra being such a holy place, because that is where Brahma created the universe and so many holy things have happened. It is a Dharmakshetra. So once you go there, your mind will change. Like, if you go to Kasi or Tirupati, the environment will be such that you don't want to fight a war. Will anybody fight a war in Tirupati or in Kasi? So in that hope, Dhritarashtra fixed the war in Kurukshetra, so that once you go there, you become so spiritually oriented that you don't want to fight a war. He hoped that effect will be there on Duryodhana, because the fellow who wanted to fight was Duryodhana, not Pandavas. But they all prepared for the war thoroughly, and when both Pandavas and Kauravas, they took entire army, huge army, they went, all that. But the effect, once gone there, before that, Arjuna also was wanting to fight. But once having gone there, having seen the war zone with all the people in front of him, Bhishma, Drona, Arjuna said, I don't want to fight. Duryodhana didn't say. So, that is why it is Dharmakshetre, Kurukshetre, Samaveta, Yutsavaha. Namaka Pandavas Cheva. What happened there? Having gathered to fight a war in a Dharmakshetra. What did they do there? That's the question he asked. So, Dhritarashtra's plan had an effect on Arjuna but not on Duryodhana. If Duryodhana had, because he is too bad to be rectified. In fact, he told also, Janami dharman nachame pravurtihi. I know what is dharma, but it is not my nature to be dharmic. Whereas Arjuna is a dharmic person. So the moment he went there, he said, I don't want it. And that's why the Bhagavad Gita was told, because, if you don't want to fight, you should not have come here in the first place. You should not come ready to fight a world war and then say, I want to run away. I'll go and become a beggar. Guru nahatvahi mahanubhavan sreyo bhoktum aikshamapi haloke. It's better to be a beggar than to kill my teachers. That's the answer he gave. That's the statement he gave in the first chapter. So Krishna gave him the jnana, karma, bhakti, yoga, all subjects which are the entire knowledge of the Vedas and Upanishads in a nutshell. Within a short period, small book it is. Within a short period, then transformed his person. While being jnani, while being spiritually enlightened, yet you perform your as your duty to establish dharma. So that conviction he delivered to Arjuna. And in Mahabharata, there are so many other Gitas. Anugita is, after some time, Arjuna said, I forgot everything which you told me in the war. You tell me once again. So it would happen. Of course, as Veena correctly pointed out, Krishna gave the Uddhava Gita and he gave other Gitas which are not to Arjuna. So, Uddhava and others. So, they are different. Uddhava asked a question there. There are so many tattvas, like in Sankhya, we have 24 tattvas. Whereas finally you are saying Brahman is only one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like this, 24. So is it true? Yeah. So Arjuna replied, all are true because it's a spiritual understanding you have to get. It's not a black and white thing. That is Uddhava Gita. Any other question?
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Sir, I am a part of this team that is working on Hastinapur. So, I mean, when the first time Hastinapur came, I also thought it must be around Kurukshetra, because why would somebody who had to fight a war go very
No,
far
no,
away?
no. Hastinapur is a different location. Hastinapur is at near Meerut.
Meerut, yeah, 30
Correct?
kilometers from Meerut, yeah. Yes, sir. So,
Yeah, I went there.
so
It is on the bank of Ganga River, Hastinapur, right?
not
So,
bank, it's about 3-4 kilometers from the river.
yeah, that's as good as bank. You know, Bhishma used to go over there. Every day Bhishma used to go there. Bhishma
In
was
fact,
born to Ganga.
yeah,
So
Draupadi.
that is the original headquarters of the Kaurava Sabha. Everything was there, but Pandavas were not there.
So no, there are two villages. One is called the Pandu Nagar and one is called the Kauru Nagar. There are two separate areas. So two maps are there, old CSR maps, which we're working with. We are actually working with the excavation team there. So at the 33.
Are you in archaeological survey? You are in archaeological.
No, I'm the architect who's doing the master planning, putting it back on the tourist map.
Okay.
Sort of lost.
So I went to Hastinapur. No, I visited Hastinapur. It's near Meerut. It has a mound. There is a big mound there.
Yeah, where the excavation is going on.
That mound is a Jain. All Jain temples are there surrounding.
Yeah, that is much later addition. That is a different mound.
Yeah, I know. So that mound is supposed to be original. That mound is supposed to be original. So, but the Indraprasth is Purana Killa.
That is Delhi.
So it's the village is called Indrapath. Indraprasth is Sanskrit word. And a lot of digging is happening there by archaeological survey. They have also located the multiple layers of different periods, Rajput period and Mahabharata period also. They have reached deep down in the digging process, excavation.
Yeah, up to 1500
have you been to Purana Killa site?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm in Delhi.
You know everything. I did not tell you anything. You know everything. But this Kurukshetra is far away. It is on the way
towards Chandigarh. Chandigarh.
Yeah, in the middle. You have to get down at, after Panipat. Sonepat. Panipat is Parnaprastha. Sonepat is Swarnaprastha. Karnal is Karnalaya. Karna's tent. That's where he lived during the war. So, the Kurukshetra is the spot between Saraswati and Drishadvati. So, you go to Kurukshetra, you can visit the museum there. It's a wonderful museum. You feel as if you are inside the Mahabharata war. You suddenly hear some sound of an arrow coming or a bomb blast inside the war. You may think that you may be also hurt in that. It's a simulation. So they have kept many objects there which have been excavated also. There is a continuous history from Harsha's empire that in Kurukshetra there is one temple, Sthaneshwar. Sthaneshwar it is called. That is where Harsha ruled. Sheikh Chili's fort is there. That's where Harsha lived. Sthaneshwar is the Shiva's temple which even Krishna visited. And Brahma Sarovar where this during solar eclipse Krishna visited. Okay, I think time is up.
Yeah. Okay, now thank you, sir. Tomorrow again we will meet for remaining chapters. Now we'll go for Pradhana.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Please do chant Pradhana.
Om स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषा गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितो ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः अपुत्राः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अदनाः सदनाः सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदां शतम् सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायान्नः मातृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सर्वे जना सुखिनो भवन्तु स्वस्ति
ఓకే ప్రవీణ్, ధన్యవాదములు.
ధన్యవాదాలు.
You chanted well. Good. Now I request Chala Chittibabu garu to recite Janaganamana. All of you stand up and recite along with him. Please mute yourself.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हे
Jai Hind. ధన్యవాదములండి చల్లా చిట్టిబాబు గారు.